All right, what up, y'all? James Sweezy here. I'm live with Brian and Stezo, and I'm still programming the bot, so y'all gonna have to give me just a second. I messed
Oh,
up. I clicked on something. I don't know what it was, and then I was listening to us live and being live. I don't know. I was listening to us listen to myself, something like that.
well,
Right.
don't confuse yourself, James.
Yeah, I'm working on doing that right now. Let's see. I'm gonna call it a community alert. Boom. All right, I just sent the bot message now. So we're gonna wait and see if it shows up and see if it actually works. Because and we're live on YouTube. There we go. So guys, Brian, Steve, and I. Steve's the producer. We've made ourselves available. So here we are, right? Making ourselves available to those of you out there. A lot of you have messaged us messaged me or Brian in our inbox and ask a lot of questions. And I was telling Brian and Steve about it before the show. There's some times where people will say something like, my kid did something 5 years ago, XYZ. This is what he did. And I wanted to know what you thought about that. And I have to skip over it. I might be working with 4 families right at that moment, trying to actively get someone into detox or treatment, and I have to skip over it. So that's what this broadcast is for. It says y'all haven't got the bot message yet. I haven't either. But
I don't think people understand the degree of multitasking that we do 24/7, James.
yeah, I mean, and that's okay. I don't expect them to. I don't guess. But we do get the people that message us at 3 o'clock in the morning and go, "Hey, are you there?" And then the autoresponder goes off, right? And it says, "Hey, I'm in bed, and I'll be back in the morning," right? And then they start cussing you, and they say, "Well, I'm gonna go hurt myself or get drunk or something like that." And you wake up to a message like that, and you got to remember you're dealing with a sick person. But still, what made you think putting that on me at 3 o'clock in the morning was going to make anything better? I don't know. It's a cry for help, right? So
Yeah, and you get people that's like, "Oh, you're supposed to be here to help people. I thought this was a fellowship. Maybe you should reconsider using autoresponder." I'm like, "Man, it was 11:30 on I think it was a Sunday. I said I have 5 children, a wife, and a ministry. I mean, you got to allow me time to sleep."
well, let's see. Did anybody get a bot message? Let me ask that of the folks in the comments. I know y'all hate it when I talk to people in the comments about the
It's great for podcast. It's great for the podcast side.
yeah, right. Guys, whenever we take this recording down later and put it up on the podcast, it does make it a little janky that we're talking to people in the comments. But I find it difficult to do this show without talking to people. There it goes. The bot just went off. Boom.
Boom.
There we go.
You can't ignore the people in the room, and if they ask great questions and we're answering that, that's different than just holding a mindless conversation with somebody in the
Exactly. We hold a lot of mindless conversations here. So check this out. If for those of y'all, there's people. Kyle Condor just said he got the bot. Jacqueline, I think it was, said she got the bot. Yeah, good. So the bot's working. I love it. I hope y'all love the bot. I hope it's not too overbearing. There's going to be some things that I do with the bot later on. Like, for example, the podcast is a perfect example. I'll be able to send out a broadcast or have you comment on a post, and all you have to do is say podcast or something like that, for example, and the bot will go off and give you the link to our Spotify. So you can go listen to the shows later on. So
It's epic. It's epic. Really, everybody, we are entering in a whole new realm of social media. Please come with us.
we are. I'm trying to anyway. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go over to this new section of the bot that I found, and I'm going to try to make it where we can have people in the comments right now on this. So everybody's saying they got theirs. Krista said she didn't get hers yet, but I'm going to try to make it where people in the comments can get a message from the bot. So let's see what happens.
Yeah,
I'm going to
yeah.
put the word.
Is there a
Go ahead.
website you guys would like to have scroll above the top of this while we're video live?
You
A
can
website
put
or a message or anything?
You could put chapelhilldetox.com. You can do that. So
Yeah.
Jennifer says she loves the bot. See, I'm glad. Somebody's smashing the heart button right now.
That's awesome. It makes me feel good about myself.
So let's see. I'm going to select a post now. And remember I was telling you guys when I go into the bot and I have to select a post, which one are we going to allow? Which one do we want it to respond to the comments, right? So the live post is there.
Okay, so you're looking for a keyword for it to.
Well, I've already
respond
put
to?
in hashtag live.
Okay.
So let's see.
We got people asking, what is the bot?
I'm about to show you all, I think.
Hold on. Hold on. There's going to be a little delay here, and then we're going to smack you in the face with some amazingness.
The short side of the bot is James has this bot that if you go to his fan page and message him with the hashtag live, every time the page goes live, this bot will message you and say, "Hey, James is going live. Click here or go to this page or go to his page and watch it," and that's what it is. And it can also respond to live chats that we're trying to hook up now. We're testing. You people are all guinea pigs right now.
We have found a way to cheat the algorithm monster.
Well, all right. So it's telling me now. It's asking me what kind of message do I want to send to these people. So for the ones of y'all that are asking what is the bot, or even if you're already subscribed to the bot, you can help me test it right now. So I love that people are saying the bot is awesome. I love it. Pam, this is a show about nothing. She said, "What is this about?" It's a show about absolutely nothing.
It's about stuff. It's about stuff. Don't let him lie to you, Pam.
Let's see.
It's the Facebook version of Seinfeld.
No. Maybe.
Show about nothing. No soup for you.
We talk about stuff. Lots of stuff.
We do.
Let's see. Send only hashtag. I might just mess everything up here right now.
We just lost her, James. You told her we talk about nothing, and she dipped out.
Let's see. Opt-in message, growth tools, enter a sequence. I don't know, man. I'm
Pam.
about to just save and activate. There we go. Widget activated, it said. So y'all type in right now, give it a shot, and type in hashtag live, all one word.
In the room.
And I don't know if it's going to be case sensitive or not. Let's see. It says, "Welcome. Thank you for subscribing. The next post is coming soon. Okay. So the message that it's giving to them, the response message, if they do this, is not the one that I just typed in, but it's sufficient. We'll see what happens. And then there's a button that says subscribe to Pro. So I might do that. Pam says, "I love this stuff." Oh, I'm glad you do. Steve just tried it. There we go. So let's see what that happens. Hashtag live.
Okay.
I don't know if it's case sensitive.
It came up. It said, "Hey Steve, you're subscribed to LiveBot Digital Influence," and it gave me the link to this broadcast.
It's working. It's so exciting.
Wait a minute. So it came up and sent you the same message that
Correct.
Is that the one? Is that the original message I sent out, or do you think it's because you commented hashtag live?
I think it's because I did hashtag live in the room. I think it's sending out the same message that you would get if you message you hashtag live.
Okay. Well, we'll see. They're saying got it. So Steve got it. So, all right, guys, if you type in hashtag live right now, it will subscribe you to the bot. I'm not quite sure how I did that to where it's showing that message, but that's okay. It looks like it's working. This is awesome. Thank you all for helping me test it, because what that means is now, and Susan Busey, a good friend of mine from Las Vegas. Brian, you remember Susan? We went out and met her. Susan just said, "What's the topic tonight?" Tonight, Susan, we're hoping to give people an opportunity to bring the topic themselves. Ask questions, propose a topic, let's talk about it, because we get a lot of messages from people that say, ask us questions at 3:00 in the morning, or get upset with us whenever we're extremely busy. Our jobs are very laborious, right? Is that a word? I said that right, didn't I?
It is now. It is now.
It is now. Hashtag laborious. So our jobs keep us very busy. And sometimes we can't respond as quickly as we would like to certain questions or whatever. And some people, it's okay, but they get very upset with us, start cussing. Sometimes people will say, "Well, you didn't answer, so now I'm going to go hurt myself." You know what I mean? Trying to put something on you. So we're here live 1 hour a week that we're here to ask questions. Everybody's typing in hashtag live. See, Krista's got it. She says, "I love the topic. Mindless Babble." It's exactly what we have done for the first 11 minutes of this show.
No. Everything we say is epic and life-changing.
That's true. So everybody says I subscribe now. I got it. So, okay. This is actually a really cool moment, y'all, because what I've been wanting to do is things like this. You can't do it right now, obviously. I just learned this, but I have a blog on my website, right, that talks about a Suboxone taper. Again, we don't care if anybody's on Suboxone, whatever, but some people want off, right? I don't care either way, but it's my responsibility. I tell people how I got off. Well, I have a blog on my website about that. So I could use the link to my website and say, "Hey, if you comment hashtag taper in the comments, I could make that blog pop up in your messenger immediately so you could get that. Or we could even potentially say, for example, if anybody needs help right now and needs to talk to someone in my office, comment #help. And when they do that, the bot will go off and send them over to our office. You see what I mean? So let's see. Oh, look, Susan, she threw out a topic. How about switching addictions once free from substances that alter the mind?
Dun dun
That,
dun.
that's actually brilliant. You can tell Susan knows what she's doing and knows what she's talking about because I'm actually dealing with that right now.
How has your addiction manifested itself in your life today?
Let's see. Hold on. Somebody's replying to Chris. I don't know. Somebody, I guess, what's some of the first things you need to do straight out of rehab? First thing, straight out of rehab. One, in my opinion, is don't move in with mom and dad, right? Don't move back into someone else's environment. Go to a transitional living environment. And somebody else commented in there, get a sponsor immediately, attend meetings, join a fellowship, get a support group around you. But my thing is, don't try to piggyback off of someone else's manageability. You see, when you want to move in with mom and dad, the reason is this: we're unmanageable and we have nothing when you're coming out of. At least I did. Let me give that on me. And the first thing you want to do is say, "Well, I'll go live with my parents in their basement." Why? Because they have a house, food, a car, money, the electricity's turned on, and don't try to piggyback off of their manageability. You need to go to, in my opinion, go to transitional or sober living and get all of those things yourself. And then you'll never let go of them. So
Surely, James, there's got to be an easier, softer way.
yeah, that go live with mom and dad. So, but Susan brings up a good point. What about other addictions? And I'd love to hear which one you're specifically talking about, Susan, if I see it in the comments. Guys, if y'all can help me keep an eye on the comments, people are throwing out a lot. Guys, make sure you type in the comments right now, #live, LIVE, all one word, if you're not subscribed to the bot. But Susan, she brings up a good point because, look, I had a sponsee call me the other day, and he doesn't mind me talking about this on here. But something had happened at his job, right? He called me to talk to me about it, and I misunderstood what he was saying, and my brain went straight to the business side of it, right? He works in addiction treatment. Something bad happened, and he was sharing that with me because it affected him, right? And I thought he was talking about the business side of it. So I immediately went into the business side. Well, anyway, he got pissed off, called me back the other day and made an amends. He said, "Hey, I'm sorry I got upset with you." And he told me straight up, he said, "Every time we talk, anytime somebody brings up a subject, your brain, you go straight to the business side of things." And I was like, in my head, I was like, "I'm sorry about that, bro." And really, I was going like, that's actually a compliment. That's huge. Because usually I went straight to the smoking crack side of things, right? That's what I used to do. And then I mentioned it to Elena. And I said, "Hey," he said, "your brain always goes straight to business." And she started shaking her head, yes. And I was like, okay, fair enough. I'll try to think about that or work on it. So that potentially is an addiction of mine where I've replaced, drugs and alcohol went away. What do you think, Brian?
Obsession. And any kind of obsessive compulsive I definitely think that addiction manifests itself in our lives in many different ways. It's almost like when I catch it slipping in one area and I take action and I balance that out, it'll manifest itself in another area of my life, if that makes sense. It's like it's always coming out in some direction. It's just trying to figure out where it's at, getting balance, and then it'll go somewhere else. If that makes sense.
It does. It makes perfect sense. Susan says gambling, smoking, coffee. Yeah. And now I quit drinking coffee for quite a while just to do it. I just quit drinking coffee. I drink it now like 1 cup a day or whatever, but definitely I'm still fully addicted to a nicotine, but it's by vape. I got my 1 year no cigarettes the other day, but I didn't like post about it or nothing because I got a vape. You know what I mean? Somebody else had asked a question in here. Let's see. Oh, people were asking about their top fan badges. For all the ones that commented or mentioned the top fan badges, said you used to be one, now you're not. I don't control any of that. That's all done by Facebook and by how many comments you make. I turn the badges on because I think they're cool to see whether somebody's new, a conversation starter, a sharer they got now. You can say this person shared your post. Yeah, storyteller. That means they comment longer posts. And actually, Facebook has got something new that they haven't rolled it out yet, I don't believe, but where you can make your own badge and roll that out and set the parameters for it so you can kind of make your own badge for something. Well, I
So
mean,
I,
that's cool.
so I could potentially make people like deacons in my digital church.
Potentially, absolutely. You can
That'd be,
absolutely. You could make a deacon badge or whatever. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? And you can assign the badges or whatever so people know who they're talking to or whatever. You know, sometimes people slip in your group and start messaging people privately. You know. Let's see. Susan says, when we start obsessing on one thing, I believe it's our disease looking and searching to take us down. I guess that's yeah. I mean, I can see that. Like I do obsess about business, no doubt about it. I obsess about it, but like I gotta say too, a lot of people have hobbies. Like, look, Steve loves the Packers. I actually do too now. Ever since I went to Green Bay, never been to a game. I just really like the people in Green Bay, so I kind of picked up the Packers because we don't have a pro team here. I don't do sports at all.
The
Right?
colors are cool too.
They are cool. I don't do sports at all. Right? I don't care about any of them. And kind of like business is my hobby now. You know what I mean? Like it asks in step 12, is your spirit awake? And that stuff keeps me busy. It gives me purpose, something to do. I guess as long as you're still maintaining yourself, you know. I also obsess over flying airplanes.
Is it a hobby or is it an obsession?
I don't know. Let me see. I guess, look, I'll be honest with you. My honest opinion of that is I teeter back and forth. I'll tell you why. It could be obsession because there's times where people, Elena, my kids, whatever, are trying to say something to me. And I'm so busy working, I don't hear a word they say. And they have to snap their fingers in front of my face. And I go, huh? And obsession, in my understanding, this is not the exact definition of it, but it's like it's a thought that overrides all other thoughts. So when business starts kicking up and cooking, I put everything else on the back burner and I work really hard. I mean, we all do, right? I don't know if it's a bad thing.
Yes, it can be. It's just about being aware of it and not letting it take. I mean, the number one question is, I guess, is this: is it making our lives unmanageable?
Yeah. M2 the Rock's in the comments.
Yeah,
He says Sweezy Sunday.
yeah, I saw him. Hey, M2, what's up, my man?
Hey, an obsession is an idea or thought that continually preoccupies or intrudes on a person's mind.
There it is. So I obsess over business, but Susan just said it too. There's a difference between good hobbies and excessive thinking that hurts you emotionally, physically, and spiritually. And Brian just hit all over. He said, is it making you unmanageable? And I have to go with no on the is my business obsession make me unmanageable? I have to go with no. It actually fuels it gives me something to do. So, you know.
You know what I'm obsessed with, James?
Hmm?
You know what I'm obsessed with?
What? Asking me what you're obsessed with?
Helping people. Helping people become their greatest versions, helping people overcome their hurts, habits, and hangups. I'm obsessed with my ministry. I'm obsessed with our outreach. It all ties together. And yeah, it keeps me up at night. I wake up to it, and sometimes it does make my life unmanageable, but I kind of feel like it's I'm divinely inspired or called to do this. Like if I stopped, I feel like I would die.
Right? Let me ask you this though. Is part of that I do this, and this is the reason I'm asking you, not that there's anything wrong with Brian, but I do this. Whenever I'm trying to put a bunch of things together for our job, our business, our company, and it's not going the way I want it to, I then start obsessing over it, right? And it wakes me up at night. It keeps me up at night, right? And I become unmanageable because of my personal performance in my mind, not everybody else's. In my mind, it's like I'm supposed to have these 5 things locked down right now moving forward, and I don't. So then I become unmanageable and start obsessing over my job.
Yeah, absolutely. And here's the thing, like you could get obsessed with eating healthy and living healthy, obsessed with working out, obsessed with spirituality and meditation. I don't think those are anything that anybody's ever done an intervention on.
What's that? An intervention on?
I said you could become obsessed with things like, say, you're obsessed with healthy eating, you're obsessed with your gym life, you're obsessed with prayer and meditation and spirituality. I don't think those are obsessions that anybody has ever been hired to do an intervention on.
I don't know. I mean, that's a good question. I do know people that obsess over it. And I guess you can become unmanageable, right? You can spend too much time away from your family, away from your responsibilities, being in the gym too much, spending money on supplements, workout equipment, clothing. There's any number of things. Like she just said, gambling, shopping, all that.
Yeah. And you know something, in this country,
Tim Ryan just said I obsess over bald heads. Sorry about that.
in this country, one obsession that's kind of celebrated is greed.
Yeah.
You get obsessed with making money. You get obsessed with just get consumed with making more, and the compulsion for more. It's tolerated if not celebrated in America.
Well, that comes back to, are you unmanageable because of it? Reason being is that is ambition, right? Ambition can ruin you. Ambition's a good thing, to be ambitious, but it can also ruin you. And I went through a period like that, Brian. I don't know if I say it's 8 months, a year ago, something like that, where in my head, I had planned out when I was supposed to have this new company started, when I was supposed to be profitable in it, and when I was supposed to buy a new house, right? And every day that went by that I knew those dates were getting pushed back to the goal I set, they were moving backwards, right? Like I'd planned on I'm still in my same house that I've been broadcasting and doing all this stuff out of for 3 years. I had planned on being in that brand new house right now, right? And I haven't even started looking for it yet. And I had to let go of the attachment to those dates and the ambition and say, you know what? It's just not meant to work that way. It took me a while, though. I had to talk myself down.
Yeah, I was the same way. I was hanging on your coattail. My plans were for you to give me the one you're in.
And look, Tim Ryan says that you are obsessing over coffee. You have a coffee addiction, Tim says. And yep. M2 says, I was always chasing the visible things to fix my invisible problems.
You guys tell me, what does that say about you when you're drinking coffee at 9:30 at night?
That you get up at 3:30 in the morning? Is that actually coffee, though?
You know me. Yeah, it's coffee.
Is it?
Yeah. I do get up at 4:30 in the morning. So.
It's definitely an Iron Bean coffee mug, that's for sure.
I got the same one sitting right over here.
I'm not a poser, guys. You think I'm drinking Kool-Aid out of a coffee cup just to be cool on social media so Tim Ryan could give me crap?
Look, Rick Moser said you're OCD, bro. I'm CDO. I'm so OCD that it has to be in alphabetical order, which makes me CDO. When it comes to business, not about anything else, though. I'm OCD about, if he's talking to me even, I'm OCD about germs, interior doorknobs and handles on public restrooms. I obsess over not touching those by any means. Like I've even got my toddlers. When we go to the restroom together, I take my girls, they grab paper towels and they push the door open with the paper towels and they'll throw it in the garbage. But if there's not a garbage can, they're trained to drop it on the floor. That's just what it is. Put a garbage can in your bathroom, homie, if you don't want me dropping this shit on the floor. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I am about germ. But if you saw my office, you would realize I'm not CDO about being organized. I'm like one of the most unorganized people there are.
So I have a reverse addiction, obsessive compulsive. Like I have to touch the doorknob and then not wash my hands and shake your hand.
God.
And that's why I don't shake hands.
That was funny, James.
It was. No, I was putting my head down because I think you're actually going to do it, though. Now I'm trying to...
He'll never shake my hand again.
Oh, dude. I'm already thinking of countermeasures now. Like, what do I do? Do I carry hand sanitizer when I'm around Brian?
Yeah. I've had people do that.
Yeah.
I have that effect on people.
Yeah. They're talking about something that helps with withdrawals or something like that in the thing. I don't know. So... any rate, we're here. I know some other people have posed some questions too. I got to give a shout out to Tim Ryan and M2 The Rock, Susan, Kevin Hatfield. There's a lot of people in here. Now, if I'm missing you, I'm sorry, but there's a lot of people in here that I actually really like. And I'm just glad you're here tonight hanging out with us. So this is pretty cool. Hey, if you haven't done so already, Tim Ryan or whoever, just type #live into the comments right now. Just do that. Everybody type in #live into the comments.
If Tim Ryan does it, can we just bug him and send him like 27 messages a day?
Yeah, you can actually target just one person. I'll do that. Randy Shook is watching too. What's up, Randy? Yeah, some new people just came in. Randy, comment #live in the comments right now. Never miss a broadcast. If somebody said go Patriots. Who's that?
That's a football team, Sweezy.
Is it? They play against Green Bay?
Block them.
Did they play against Green Bay?
We don't play them this year, no.
Oh, well, fuck them anyway. Go back.
Wow.
Ban them.
I don't do sports, man. I don't know. I went to Green Bay. I guess where are they from? New England Patriots that we're talking about?
Yeah.
I guess if I go to New England and somebody takes me to the stadium and shows me a good time, like they did in Green Bay, I'll say, okay, go Patriots. But because I'm not a sports guy. But so far, Lambeau Field's the only stadium I've ever walked into.
I made a really honest attempt in prison to get into sports, and I just never could get into basketball. So the Patriots mean nothing to me.
It takes a full 30 seconds for Brian's joke to sink into my head.
Because I'm an idiot.
I always turn to the lot and look at the comments or something like that. Guys, let me know if that's working. There's a lot of people typing in hashtag live right now. Just message back in the comments and let me know if it's working. And by the way, Chris Cobb, if you're listening to this one's complete shit post. You can't even use this for a podcast anymore because I've only been talking about the comments.
I think it's epic. Yeah, see, and I'm hoping in the podcast it'll be more impactful because they can't see the look that you give me when I make a joke, James. It's like, really? Come on, Brian.
Somebody named Heather, she said, "Oh, go back up and read my comment." I'm going to do that real quick. I commented above, but I was watching a TV show. I think it was Narcoland. Anyways, it showed me the bad part of Kentucky. Were any of y'all involved in using in Kentucky? Yeah, I'm in Kentucky right now in the neighborhood where I live. I'm in the same neighborhood that I grew up in right now. So, yeah, I used a lot in Kentucky. Let me tell you, though, there's a show right now. I'm not going to use the name of it because I'm not out to attack people. But there's a show right now that's about Kentucky. And it's not called Narcoland, I don't think. But anyway, it's about Kentucky. And I watched it, and it is some pure bullshit, right? I watched it. I was like, dude, did y'all just go pick a place in Kentucky? And here's the thing. All the people in the show, none of them are from Kentucky, right? So pick an area, go in. I'm saying the people probably had good intentions or whatever, but it's complete bullshit. Like most of those shows are, right? The new drug running around selling dope, whatever. All those shows, it's staged, it's gimmicky, it's bullshit. So Brian and Marty and I have our own new thing we're doing. We don't have an episode ready yet, but if you comment hashtag live in the comments, we will send you a link to it when the first episode comes out. We're doing a behind the scenes thing.
And just to update you on your hashtag, because we're also live on LTR, it does not work anywhere. Anywhere except for this live page.
Whoops. Yeah, it doesn't work on YouTube, Twitter.
Yeah, I just wanted to. I asked people in the other room just to test, but it doesn't work.
We just cause mass hysteria across the interwebs.
No, it only works on the post that is on my fan page. So if you're watching from and that's the only comments I can see is on my fan page.
Yep.
So these people in here. So if you tried it on another platform, on my personal page or anything like that, my bad.
We've been doing this Facebook thing for so long, James. I feel like that we're very Facebook oriented.
Yeah, you think? Every day. You know something I've learned though, Brian, and Brian and I had a moment whenever we were in Louisville, and Brian put his hands down, he put his head, he went, he said, dude, I just posted a beautiful picture of me in maybe it was your church group or just your page, I don't know. It's like, this is a great picture. And it had a great little saying on it or something. And he's like, and nobody's engaging with it. He's like, I just don't get it. And I went and looked at it. And the comment above the photo said photo cred to a person. And I was like, bro, that is not interesting. Great photo, but not interesting. So now Brian's changed his rhythm. I learned that from somebody else, from John Eric over at Adventure Social. But, dude, there's this thing that we're doing now where we're posting less, but making a more meaningful caption at the top of it, something that's serious or whatever. And dude, I'm having great success with it, Brian. We're a regular post, 120,000 followers. You post a picture of your cat or something, you get like 15 likes or whatever. Meow. Post something meaningful with the emojis in it that delivers a message, and you get 500.
Yeah. I was trying to do I'm just trying to think from the perspective of a photographer. Like I know, like maybe Michael, I don't know if Michael's still in here or not, but when he had his photographer take pictures of us and stuff, and the guy was very specific about wanting to get credit for his photography. I was trying to, if you never mention their name, then how do people know they took the picture? I
get it. And I get that, but I I have friends also that are photographers or whatever, and I'll give them photo cred at times if I'm thinking about it or whatever. But that's not the real way to do that is when you're with the photographer and they're taking the photos. You take pictures with them, tell people who they are, why they're with you, go live, talk about their camera, something interesting like, oh, this is the new Canon GL ball buster, whatever they got now. You know what I'm saying? And this thing is badass, and it was $10,000. And you're like, damn, dude, this is a serious photographer right here. Let me show me some of the options on this badass camera. And you do that live.
What was the name?
Tell them who he is.
What was the name of the camera, James?
The Canon GL ball
buster.
Yeah. And that's why you are who you are. You're a genius. You know?
The ball buster 2020. But yeah, the thing is a meaningful comment, a meaningful post that will spark engagement and meaningful conversation, right? If you post a really good photo, look, content is king, but context is God, right? If you post a really good photo to your page and give someone photo credit,
I have the ball buster. I have the ball buster 9000.
I don't know if that's the 9000. It looked like the 2000, wasn't it?
That's insane.
No, they have the big video cameras, the Canon GL something. You know what I mean? They're like 10 grand, and these guys use the little air hoses to blow them off. But
it looked like a half body space suit.
Well, but think about this: content is king when you're operating on the internet. Okay, content is king. So I have a page that I started off as an addiction recovery page, right? And at one point in time, if I didn't post about something about addiction recovery, I could post the best picture of my kids on the planet, post it on it, nothing would happen. It would fall on its face because they're like, okay, where's the recovery content? Then I changed the name of the page to James Sweezy Live and made live. I started posting about my kids, trips I was going on. I did what Gary Vee said. I document, don't create, right? So now the context of my page is this is Sweezy's life that he documents on the page. So it's not a surprise to people when a picture of my cat, my kids, my office, a trip we're on, so a picture of you guys. Yeah, it doesn't surprise people when that pops up now because it's in context. It's my life live on the internet, right? But think about this. If your page is, pick anything. Like if your page is all about cars, you just love cars and you post, of course, nobody would post about a Ford. But if you're posting all these Chevy posts, right, and all that stuff, and you're showing all these cars, right, and then all of a sudden you just post a picture of a sunset. You know, you've been doing it for 5 years, posting about cars. You're the car guy. And you post a picture of a sunset and put photo cred above it. It's going to fall flat on its face. Why? All those people have been watching you talk about cars for 5 years. And now you just posted a sunset and gave photo cred. They're like, whoop-de-doo, right?
Yeah, your comments are going to be like, what are you gay? What are you doing, man?
What happened? Yeah, did you get hacked? Right? You know, if you get any comments, right? If you get any, because it's not in context, right? Yeah. So if you want to operate on the internet to stay in context, look, Krista just said it, Sober Momster. My page is about journey through recovery, motherhood, and life in general. See, that is documenting what she's talking about. Well, she's actually way ahead of the game.
Okay, but Krista is. But also in the same context, that's what social media should be for everyone. It's entertainment. If you want to take your page, entertainment or whatever, but everyone's, whether you have a live page or a huge following or any of that, it's social media. I still treat social media as just I'm documenting my life as I go through it, you know. And like I said, you don't have to have a page or all these followers, but a lot of people get on here and use social media for political gain or this or that, and those are the people that end up losing a lot of viewers.
Yeah, well, unless you start off as a political person,
right?
You know what I'm saying? If you're a person that goes on there, you're going to attract the political crowd. There's going to be a lot of arguing on your page. You allow it to go on, and you keep spewing your opinion, whatever it is, and that will work. But look, if you're a business already, and I'm going to get to you, Jimmy McGill. I'll tell you all about Arkansas here in a minute. If you're a person that owns a T-shirt company and you've been pumping T-shirts for the last 5 years, and they're not politically oriented, and then you go on there and blast Trump or blast Obama, you're crashing your business. Yep. You're out of context, and you're gonna cause a lot of animosity. Like, dude, I get my politics somewhere else. I don't want my politics from my T-shirt company, right?
Exactly.
That's what it comes down to. And
you've brought this up before, James, and this is very valid. Like, listen, the recovery topic is such a broad topic because listen, when I come from homelessness and when I come from multiple felon and I come here and I have nothing, my recovery journey entails me getting my life together, being an upstanding father, becoming a successful businessman. All of that falls under the recovery blanket. Some people just want you to talk about the whatever 12 steps like you're in a meeting all the time. Everything that I post, my children, my dog, my house, what I'm doing falls underneath my recovery.
Yeah. And here's the thing. I had my page in that position before. I could post a meme every hour, a spiritual meme every hour, and have triple the following I do right now if I posted some spiritual meme every hour. But here's the thing. I'm only attracting people that like spiritual memes. They read them all day long. They like them all day long. And that's what you attracted. My page, I'm documenting my life, but I'm looking for the people that don't even know they need recovery yet. That's the purpose of this show, posting pictures of a cat. Like somebody said in there, I love the pictures of your cat and your kids. Andrew says, I post pictures of sunrises and local flowers. I post pictures.
Andrew's my guy.
Yeah, Andrew.
Drew.
Andrew Drew.
Yeah.
Andrew Drew. I post pictures of the flowers I grow in my backyard too, but my page is a documentation, right? So, and Krista, by the way, is way ahead of the game. Krista over at Sober Monster, you can check her page out. Trisha says, I have maybe one or two friends following James Sweezy Live now. Huge amount of my friends in recovery are following. So let's see. Stay true to your recovery and advice. Yeah, I will. But you got to understand, like, I will stay true to it. The advice to what I do. This is my job. Actually, this job chose me. I started posting about it one day and here we sit now. You know what I mean? But I will stay true to that. But you got to understand, I can't make everything about recovery. My recovery comes first, but like, dude, there's people you go out and you sit down and just try to have a good meal with some of them, and somebody will lean over and start talking to you about halfway houses, and I'm like, dude, get the fuck out of here. I don't want to talk. Like,
I just want to cut in here.
Sure.
Like that's why I get along with you so well. The reason we're friends is because, like, I understand what you went through, what you're going through, what you stand for, what you're trying to do in this life, and you're doing an awesome job in the work. But, like, you're funny as fuck to me. I'm sorry to use crass language, but, like,
it's horrible.
Like when we get on here and we talk without doing the show, or we're spitballing back and forth in Messenger or whatever it is, it's like you're a funny dude, but it's like people on the outside can't look at you and be like, wow, he's in recovery, he's successful at doing it, and he can't be funny, or he can't do this or can't do that. It's got to be all about this, and like pigeonhole you guys into a certain role or whatever. And that's not life. You have to be able to celebrate and be that funny guy that you are, and make people laugh. And it doesn't always have to be about recovery. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, exactly, dude. That's my thing. When they say when you're in recovery, you have this thing they call it. And by the way, I'll be in Arkansas. I'll leave for Arkansas tomorrow. I want to give Jimmy's recovery and Jimmy a shout out down there. He's commenting right now. He called me a straight clown. I warned Jimmy before I go to Arkansas. I said, dude, I'm known to be a clown, especially in person. When we're walking through, meeting new people or whatever, I don't really hold back. So I was like, you've been warned. But there's this thing that happened to me, dude, where, look, I work in recovery. My page is about recovery. Or it was completely recovery. It's not anymore. But Elena works in recovery. We go to recovery meetings. We go to recovery events, recovery speaking events. And I would wake up and be like, dude, I cannot post about this another time. I cannot post about it anymore. But I was following Gary Vee, and he said, document, don't create. He said, we might not realize it, but is the right word matriarchs? Is that matriarchs of our families?
Yes.
Because you got to think about it. What if you could go back right now and look at the internet and see pictures of your great, great, great grandfather's life? What they wore, how they were dressed, what kind of cars they were driving, who they hung out with, and maybe even you have something hanging on your wall that you see, right? You can't do that with our great, great, great grandfathers, or our grandfathers for that matter. Nope. You can't do it. So fast forward 5 generations from right now, my great, great, great grandchildren will be able to look back and watch this show. You see what I mean? So documenting as opposed to keeping everything, I just don't want it to be like that. I want it to be real and ongoing.
The question is, James, will they want to watch this show?
That's the that's finally a joke hit me right on. Finally, look, somebody asked me. Look, here we go. Dan says, James, don't know if this is the time or place. Actually, it is, Dan. That's why I go live here. And Susan's answering for you, but that's why I go live here. So y'all can ask questions like this. He says, don't know if this is the time or place, but I did see a post a while back about you and CBD oil, question mark. Absolutely. Love CBD. CBD is produced naturally by the body. There's some right there. Steve has some Blue Line Farms. I think I've got some Holy Cow over here.
Yep.
Is that Blue Line Farms? Is that what you got? Yeah.
Yeah.
Brian's. Yeah.
Yeah. But Steve was snorting it.
The liquid.
I almost drowned. I almost drowned. It was weird.
But no, he's asking. He said thoughts? Question mark. Okay. It really comes down to pick and choose, right? Like I see people out there in the world, especially in the recovery community, and they say, oh, I love this CBD right here. And you look at it and you're like, oh, that's full spectrum and it's got THC in it. You get lit when you put it under your tongue. No wonder, right? There's people in there's edibles and all that stuff, Steve. And people will say, I love CBD, but I have to have the one that gets me high. I have to have that one.
But it doesn't get you high.
You can get some that will, though. You can put THC oil in them, and it can blow your brains out. You know what I mean?
What about the CBD bath bomb?
It's not legal or nothing, Steve, is what I'm saying. You can just buy it, right?
Right.
The CBD bath bomb, yeah. But look, no, what Susan said, there's no THC. Now, some of them have 3% THC in them, I believe.
It's 0.3. It's 0.3. It's not even 3%. It's 0.3%.
Actually, I think it's 0.03 is the one I have. 0.03 is 3/1000.
It can go up to 0.3.
Okay, it can go up to 0.3. I do the less than 0.03 is what it says on the bottle that I have that comes from Holy Cow. The owner is holycowhemp.com. It all comes from Kentucky industrial hemp, and there's no THC in it. It's less than 3/1000, whatever. So there's actually a video on my page and their page where I took it for about a month every day, and then I took a drug test, not live on the internet, but I did it in a video. I went to the store, bought a THC drug test. That video actually did really well because people misunderstood what I was talking about. Right. They're like, this idiot's taking CBD and taking a THC drug test. But in the beginning of the video, I clearly said, one of the most common questions I get on my page is, will I fail a drug test with that CBD you're taking? So I did it on the internet. I mean, I work in treatment too. The owners of the treatment center, everybody knows I take it, you know.
That's what I wondered. Like, let's try this. Everybody that's watching, let us know in the comments, what are your thoughts on CBD?
Yeah, we can do that.
And I just want to, when you started off, you said the body produces CBD oil. Your body doesn't produce CBD oil. Your body has an endocannabinoid system already in place. Your body is meant to receive CBD. Whether you want to,
Alan told me your body produces it naturally, not oil. But your body produces. It's already present in the body, and reacts, as you age,
it reacts to it. We have an endocannabinoid receptor system in our DNA.
You just made that up.
Endocannabinoid.
I'm gonna need us to keep it in English, guys. I only speak English.
Endocannabinoid receptors is what the body. You're born with it. Everyone has it. So when your body takes CBD oil, you talk about your dopamine and your electrons firing across. So when you take CBD, you're connecting the system that's already bred in your body.
The synaptic gap is what you're talking about, between the axon and the dendrite. Whenever a signal is sent to the brain. Right? Am I right?
Yeah. That's a lot of big words. I'm in Brian's camp now. Jesus, what are we talking
about? Let me get this straight. So you guys are saying that CBD doesn't lead to cocaine and strippers?
Absolutely not.
No.
That's crazy.
I lead back to cocaine and strippers all the time. That's just me. I don't need CBD to do that.
I read that it does. I
started CBD October 10th of last year because of James Sweezy. Because of Sweezy, hooked me up with Holy Cow and the CBD. I used to eat. I've had 2 back surgeries. I've got drop foot nerve damage in my right leg. I used to eat I would wake up and take 4 ibuprofen in the morning, back that up 4 hours later with 2 maximum strength Tylenols, and then go back to 4 hours later to ibuprofen. Since October 10th of last year, I started CBD oil. I don't even take ibuprofen. I
Same,
don't
dude.
take Tylenol.
I was taking like
I have no
2 every
pain
4
whatsoever.
hours.
Yep.
Or no, I was taking like 2 ibuprofen, the little ones. I don't even know what the milligram, but 2 of those, like
200
every
milligrams.
2 hours. Yeah, I was going through 10 or 12 of them a day.
Yeah.
And then I started taking CBD, and I don't take them anymore.
I
have it.
It is a
So
miracle drug that does not get you high.
yeah. And what's her name said? Somebody said here why I take it. And I was going to tell you. Whenever I first tried it, of a owner, I'm not going to say their name, but an owner of a very prominent rehab messaged me and said, I've been on it for 2 years. It is a game changer for anxiety. Right. And it was absolutely. I wake up with the worst anxiety. I wake up arguing with people in my head, all this stuff. And that CBD, it's actually like, dude, it's like a all purpose freaking lubricant for your brain and your body and whatever. You know what I mean? And it helped control my anxiety.
It doesn't mask pain. It helps to correct the problem. It helps to endocannabinoid system goes against your nerve receptors. It doesn't mask pain. It goes to attack that pain and heal it.
Right.
Do yourself a favor and research CBD. I mean, read as you have this handheld computer in your hand all day at work. On your break, just read about CBD and just look at some of the studies. It's amazing.
I think
Yolanda said, it's sad y'all got this good thing on, but no questions are being answered. We're catching them as quickly as we can. But you can go to the top of my page and type in and send a message. Or in the comments right now, you can type in #live, and it will my messenger will reach out to you, and you can type any question you want in there.
We've had an open conversation and made like 4 people mad already.
That's all right. But if you want help, you're more than welcome to message, and I'll look back and see if I can see a comment. But the good thing is that Susan and some other people in the comments started responding to Yolanda on their own. So that's the beauty of this community right here. They reached out. I don't see another comment from her. I don't know. I'm scrolling back pretty far here. I don't see another one. So, anyway, if anybody else has a question, there's a lot of them flying by. So you feel free to ask. Andrew Drew says, "Have a good night."
This is what I'm going to throw out there. Maybe you'll agree with me, James. Like, I have people all the time coming to me, and I'm a pastor, right? And so that I deal with moral issues and spirituality. I have people coming to me and asking me, like, do you think smoking weed is bad? Do you think it's bad if? Do you think it's this? And I turn it and I say, you tell me, is it making your life unmanageable? It is not my job to stand on a platform and point fingers and say, you have a problem, you should or you shouldn't do this. If it's working for you, then why are you bringing it to me? Do you feel like it's bad?
Unless you're shooting heroin or smoking methamphetamine, then I'll tell you all about yourself. I will. Yeah. Brian might be different, but I'll tell you all about yourself. If you're about to kill yourself, you're an idiot. Stop, reach out for help. Now, I don't call them idiots. I'm just joking.
And people said that to me for years before I got into recovery, but it didn't do anything. Defining like recovery and addiction is a very personal thing. Other people can tell you, 100 people could tell you that you really have a problem and you need help. Unless you self-diagnose and admit it.
No, yeah, it's not going to do any good. But yeah, I don't high horse anybody or nothing like that. I just, when people tell me, they're like, well, I smoke meth every day, but I still go to work. I'm like, okay, you have a serious problem.
You're a liar.
What I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to step back and say, does it make you unmanageable? Because I know what's coming. You can't smoke. Yeah, you don't smoke meth successfully.
But you get what I'm saying? Okay, if somebody's sitting right here, literally somebody is sitting right here saying I had chronic pain issues and that CBD oil is helping me, why would anybody come in and be like, oh, you're wrong and you shouldn't take it?
People do that to me all the time.
I don't know.
Here, Rick says he has a question, and I'm really trying to watch your all's questions also. Ask again if you need to. I'm trying to go back and get them. Dakota says Facebook's filtering comments. That's high potential. That's why we didn't see Yolanda's comment. He says Facebook filtering comments. That's a high possibility of that.
Facebook wouldn't do such a thing.
No.
Not
to something like this.
Let me see. Rick Moser and then Kyle Condor. Hey, could you put holycowhemp.com at the top, Steve?
Absolutely.
Because there's some people in here that are saying that they're thinking about it or asking questions or whatever. And my brother is trying to get off Suboxone. What is the best way? Medical detox. It's at the top of the screen, chapelhilldetox.com. Message me at the top of my page. Anybody that wants to can type in hashtag live right now, and the bot will reach out to you. That way we have a connection.
Yeah. Do you have a hashtag help set up, James? We should probably do that.
Yeah, I'll get on that. I'll work on that. But if they type in hashtag help, I'm gonna need to send them. It might just send them a phone number to call.
What is it? Holy Cow Hemp?
Yeah, .com.
Okay.
And then Chris says he's afraid of the withdrawals. Chris, here's the difference. And I'll get to Kyle and Rick Moser here in just a second. The thing is, when you go to a medical detox, they use other medicine to walk the person off so you don't get sick. Now, the thing with medical detoxes are you can get a medical detox many times, depending on the situation with Medicaid, the free Medicaid, private insurance, cash pay. You're not going to find free medical detoxes where there's nurses and doctors and flat screen TVs and ping pong and all that stuff that are absolutely free. And you just walk in and they give you medical treatment for a week or 2 weeks, whatever. But there are other options if the person doesn't have private insurance, cash pay, whatever. There's a way, and I have a blog about it on my website at jamessweezy.com. There's a blog on there that's called Free and Medicaid Resources that teaches them how to sign up for Medicaid and also how to use it. But if you can't find it, just type in hashtag live right now and request the Free and Medicaid blog. Type in hashtag live and then type in there, say, hey, can you send me the Free and Medicaid blog? And somebody in my office will send it to you.
No our guy, Kyle Condor, had a really good question in there. One of our camera guys.
Yeah, Kyle. And then Rick Moser after that. So Kyle, he said, here's a question. If you ran into your former self today, you at the time when you were deepest in your addiction, how would you help them? I got to tell you the same way that I would do it right now. I offer resources and have to let them make their decision. Brian just said it a minute ago. If you're not ready, you're not ready. You know what I mean? That the only thing I could do is offer my old self the options. Here's a place for you to go and get better if you want it. And yeah, I don't have anything new right now or anything like profound that I would say to my old self.
Something I might try, but I don't think it would work. Like James, I think I would tell me the life that was waiting for me.
But you know what? People show me that. That's called, the book describes that as frothy emotional appeal. It says frothy emotional appeal seldom suffices. And that means you can show people, look, let me tell you this. I won't use the person's name, but I was at a funeral a few years ago. And this young man had died, right, from an overdose. And there was people shooting up in the parking lot that came to the funeral. That's frothy emotional appeal. You can tell me all about that. You can show me pictures. You can show me homeless people. You can take me to a jail or to a homeless shelter and show it to me and say, this is where you're going to end up. And I'll go, no, I'm not. And then turn around and go right back to it. Because that survival instinct, that delusion in my head tells me I'll figure it out. I'm not going to go there. You know what I mean? So,
and I was one of those guys shooting up in the parking lot at the funerals.
Somebody asked for their input on a sub shot. I don't know anybody that's taken that, and I never have on a sub shot. It's like I'm assuming they're talking about the thing that lasts much longer now. Like there's an implant, I think, that lasts 6 months.
Vivitrol, I don't know about sub shot.
Let me see what Rick Moser says. Yeah, no, there's a new one, Brian. There's a shot and then there's an implant. He said, let me ask a silly question. I'm losing my wife because of her addiction to alcohol. Personally, I've been around the block, locked up for a few years. What do you think? You would think with all I've seen and that I've completed, I could help her, but I can't. I'm not sure what she sees days. I don't know what she's saying. I don't get it. I feel I'm getting mind fucked. All right. The thing to do is message me, Rick, and I'll try to help you.
We got to start pre-reading these comments.
Yeah. Well, that was a long one. Anyway,
Chad Whittemore, just real quick in the feed says, I would love to try out CBD. I've done some research on it, but where I'm in a drug court, I'm not allowed to take it. What type of CBD do you recommend for anxiety? I would definitely, you can't go full spectrum. Full spectrum will make you pop hot on a drug test. So
that's the 3%. That's the 0.3%. But there's one at Holy Cow there that's less than 0.03. You will not pop hot.
Exactly. And they call that what is it called, Sweezy? I don't take it. I take the Mine's full spectrum.
Yeah.
The isolate is what it's called.
Isolate. Yeah.
You want to go CBD isolate. I would absolutely start with 1,000 milligrams, 1 milligram a day. A 30 milligram bottle will last you 30 days. That's math.
Good math.
So 1,000 milligram bottle dose, 1 milligram a day, and see how that works off. Take it at night because it's going to make you sleepy the first time you do it, just because that's one of the properties that it does.
First couple times, maybe.
Take it at night and see how it works. And
Yeah.
I would definitely start with a higher dose. You can get 250, you can get a 500, you can get 1,000. I'm not a doctor. I started on 1,000. I think Sweezy started on 1,000, and it just
500. Then I went up.
okay, and
But,
it just kicked off right from there. So you're good to go right from there. But definitely go isolate.
I can tell you that the Holy Cow hemp, their CBD, all of it's isolate. There's no full spectrum.
Okay, cool.
Right. So that's one thing about Holy Cow. And the owners, Alan's in recovery. The owner, he doesn't want anybody to pop high. You know what I mean?
Right.
So he wouldn't give you anything.
And he does his homework.
This show brought to you by
holycowhemp.com.
Yeah. All right. So we're wrapping up the hour. She said, or Chad said, thanks. I really appreciate it. We're wrapping up the hour. I hope we got to your questions. If you want a link to my Suboxone taper blog or the Free and Medicaid resource blog or anything like that, all you have to do is in the comments right now, type in #live. Your messenger will go off. Our messenger bot, live bot, will go off and you'll be subscribed to the bot. Right there, you can ask for that stuff. And if nobody's in the office right now, I doubt they are. They're probably getting ready to shut down. We'll get it to you in the morning. So all those blogs, all that material is available to you. All you have to do is type in #live in the comments right now, and the bot will pull you in. And we're going to set that up too. I'm going to start making it where we can send them to a number of different things. You know what I'm saying? Get a phone number, type in help, whatever you need to type in.
Right.
The thing is, it's unique to each post. You see what I mean? Like I have to tell the bot, do it on this post right here. It can't be just every post I ever put out on the internet, you know. But that is working right now. Type in #live. We appreciate you guys. I think Steve's got some traveling music. Let's see. Jody says, thank you for all you do. Let's see. She said, my son is getting the generic naltrexone shot, Vivitrol. Yeah, that's good. He's just done with medical detox. That's awesome. Yeah, Ricky said, I got it. And it reminded me 5 minutes before. Everybody's still talking about CBD, holycowhemp.com. It's at the top of your thing.
It's at the top of the screen.
Yeah. They don't sell anything but isolate. Maybe I could, yeah. You know what? Since that seems to be a hot topic, what we'll do is make it where they can type in CBD and the bot will go off and direct them over to where to get it. See what I mean? That's the beauty of having a live bot.
And we could always do next show all about CBD if you wanted.
No, we can't.
Well, I'm saying we could have Alan from Holy Cow on as a guest, a call-in guest.
Yeah, I got to look at the dates on that. Let's see.
Oh, it doesn't have to be next week, but in the future, answer more
questions. It could be Sunday the 15th. So I'll try to get him on. I'm gonna make a note of that. Yeah. Anything you guys want to plug?
Lose the Radio, DGenX Radio on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Facebook.com/Lose the Radio is where you can find my podcast.
Yeah. Digital Church at Brian Kendrick Live.
So go to, that's a group, right, Brian? You can just go to Facebook and search Digital Church.
Yeah, yep.
All right, guys. Well, we made ourselves available to everybody one more time, so I'm probably still getting cussed out in my inbox right now, though.
Probably. More than likely. It's going to happen more often than not.
Yeah, we didn't ask anybody to share it. We didn't say, hey, guys, make sure you share this.
We didn't. We absolutely didn't.
Actually, Facebook will choke you out. We need to talk about that next time, the algorithm. There's been some algorithm updates, some algorithm changes, and Facebook will choke you out for saying the wrong stuff.
All right.
If you do it too much.
What do you say we do it again next week?
Yeah.
What day?
Postgame is brought to you by Christ, I can't find it. The hell with it.